Hi, this is Morgan, Alec, Michael, Gerald, and Ryan from CPO 3303, Summer B, Group 6, addressing Perverse Accountability, a formal model of machine politics with evidence from Argentina, an article by Susan C. Stokes, and the important points she brings up regarding political machines impacting elections in Argentina. But first, let's introduce the country of Argentina. Some quick facts to start are that Argentina is located in South America near the southernmost portion of the continent. Argentina is the 8th largest country in the world, and its name comes from the Latin word for silver. Its capital is Buenos Aires, and the city draws the country's most tourists annually. Argentina boasts the fact that both the record lowest and highest temperatures on Earth have been recorded within its borders, and the country occupies over 1 million square miles of land. This could be attributed to the fact that there are 7 regions in Argentina that all differ in climate and culture. As a whole, Argentina is considered socially progressive, as they elected their first female president in 2019. Argentina is home to both the tango and Latin music, and has been known to consume the most movies than any other country in the world. They are also known for consuming the most red meat per capita. The national drink of the country is the yerba mate, a caffeinated tea that is available here in the USA at most grocery stores. The government of Argentina works within the framework of a federal system and is a presidential representative democratic republic. The president of Argentina is both head of state and head of government. Executive power is exercised by the president. Legislative power is vested in the National Congress. This power, much like the U.S., comes with its own pros and cons, which will be addressed throughout this video. Susan Stokes' article brings up a contemporary problem or challenge that Argentina's political system is facing is the manipulation of voters due to machine politics running the lower class areas and bribing citizens for their loyalty. The high levels of poverty in Argentina and the tentacle-like structure of political parties, there is a lot of opportunity for lower class citizens to be bribed for their political support come election day. Many political parties have handed out ballots with their name on them, in addition to food, furniture, toys, electronics, or money when canvassing. These tactics, combined with the stigma of voting against a neighbor and the guilt associated, many people bow to the pressure of the political machines. Some argue that this system of corruption provided poor citizens a much-needed relief from poverty because of these bribes, but the problem with this system is that it just perpetuates their poverty. Some have asked, why should we care about this problem? Which is a valid question to pose as an American citizen that lives thousands of miles away from Argentina. Yet our world is so globally dependent that the failures of other countries tend to become our collective problem. Paying attention to the problems in Argentina can help us avoid future mistakes of our own and create a better society. It is clear after reading Stokes' article and living through the past couple months that learning from the past and others' mistakes allows for progress to be made towards a better future, starting with our elected officials. Stokes makes it clear that the rich politicians who can afford to bribe their constituents continue to rule the country and hog all of the resources and income, and the lower class individuals continue to suffer. Stokes clearly defines that machine politics not only negatively affects populations, but also makes honest elections impossible. Due to the American introduction of machine politics in developing countries throughout recent history, many people have been subjected to the horrors of corruption, violence, and the downfalls of selling their votes. The fact that political machines are able to use their influence due to the extreme poverty of their citizens is a huge problem, but the people who are so desperate for resources that they will sell their votes should be an international humanitarian concern. It is a problem for every nation if political machines perpetuate inequality, hunger, corruption, and fear of authority in order to maintain their elected position. Luckily, people have started to notice the issues of machine politics in Argentina, and there has been some progress in eradicating these machines in Argentina. Stokes provides 5 pieces of evidence that support her theory that machine politics is a detriment to the Argentine society and economy. They are that the effect of poverty on a voter's willingness to sell their vote, machines are most effective at reward distribution, community structure aids machine vote monitoring, small towns are more likely to receive and respond well to rewards, rewards are based on ease of access and efficiency of distribution, and that people of lower income are most responsive to rewards. Stokes provides many examples to back up her claims and thoroughly examines why these statements are true based on her survey. These statements show the problem that machine politics bring and how they are manipulative and sneaky ways to swing the vote in their favor. The Argentine government tries to keep voters' votes anonymous from the public through voting booths. Each booth is set up in order so that no one can see what vote the voter casts. The ballot of the voter is just a slip with the candidate's name. This was the coupon ballot of the 19th century, used by the United States. Ballots are distributed within the voting booths, or they are distributed by political activists who are militating in the streets. Machine politics can happen through the political activists who distribute the ballots to voters. Political parties can gain knowledge of the voters' voting preference. Political parties then can reward voters according to how they vote if the vote is favorable to the party. The rewards provide incentive for the voters to vote a certain way that the party wants. This is known as perverse accountability. Machine politics and clientelist voting practices are easy for political parties to implement within the Argentine voting system as of today, even though the Argentine government tries to keep their voters' votes anonymous. This is especially true in the rural areas of Argentina where everyone knows everyone. Political parties, through their political activists in the rural community, can know the intimate details and voting preferences within the community. Machine politics of political party only works with those voters who have no loyalties or are uninterested in the political elections. Also, political parties have limited resources to work with, so they single out those that could be easily swayed for machine politics rewards, such as voters with no loyalties or who are uninterested in political elections. After reading this article and related research, it is evident that progress is crucial in order to save the Argentine people from corruption and another wasted election. The people of Argentina and the Americans that have the power in Argentina to change things should focus their efforts on identifying the main sources of corruption in politics and elections and finding bipartisan solutions so that the people are able to participate in democracy. Prior to research, we collectively did not know the depth of the problems machine politics has caused in Argentina. Susan Stokes attempts to study this problem when she analyzes a survey she took in an attempt to gauge the level of election tampering in Argentinian elections. Her survey positively indicates that political machines have a huge part in election oversight via the community outreach, grassroots movements, and election tampering. Stokes concludes that there are a bunch of problems with the current system, and the only solution is to change the electoral system so that these political machines can no longer interfere. Stokes argues that there are many things still left to be done, and that this is just the beginning. We conclude that there are major changes necessary in order to remedy the corruption and electoral dishonesty in Argentina that the political machines are still able to get away with. Although progress has been made, like electing a female president and passing some socially progressive legislation, there is definitely still work to be done to allow for transparent, fair elections. The people have begun to recognize the problem with their governmental system and electoral misuse of votes, and people have begun to voice their displeasure, and it is reflected in the figure shown. The research done by Susan Stokes and her colleagues has begun to pave a route to end the corruption in Latin American politics, but it is far from solved. There have been multiple solutions proposed, and some have been more effective than others, but the growing awareness of the corruption and political suppression of those in Southern American countries will hopefully be a thing of the past very soon. Stokes argues that there is still a lot of work to be done, ending her article with the Argentinian evidence then on the whole supports the theoretical finding that perverse accountability is what sustains machine politics. And since perverse accountability is still alive and well, there is still research and work to be done in this field. This is good news for budding political scientists, but bad news for those still struggling under the oppressive forces of machine politics. In conclusion, Argentina is in need of reform, but there is hope for a better system with the right advisors and correct electoral procedures. Credits go to SeriousFacts.com/ArgentinaFacts and Susan Stokes' article, Perverse Accountability, a Formal Model of Machine Politics with Evidence from Argentina.